Hey guys, it's Polaris here. I like this shirt. Some of you might have noticed that I've been wearing the same shirt for the last video, and that's because I just made the video and it uploaded 2 minutes ago, and it was 2 minutes long. So today I'm going to make a video on the history of robins, not the bird, because nobody cares about the bird, except for Robin, except for the robin himself. No, the robin itself and people who actually like robins. But this is going to be the Batman sidekick Robin thing, the history of all of them. This is going to be the first Hero Showcase episode, in which I've said it like 500 times, but I will be explaining the history of robins. We all know the Dark Knight himself has Robin by his side, but how many? And which one? And in which order? Before we go into the Robins, let's talk Batman himself. Even though most of you already know his story of how he became Batman, I will explain it one more time. And there are actually 3 different stories. The first one, I've seen them done, I've heard them, and I've seen them both ways. But the first one is when Bruce got bored at this opera his parents took him to. Bruce wanted to leave, so his parents left. And I don't know why, but they thought it was a good idea to go through Crime Alley to go back to the house. But unfortunately, Joe Chill was there, and they shot his parents, and he died, and then he learned all these kung fu moves, and then became Batman. But what the second one is, it's basically the same thing, except instead of him getting bored at the opera, he went to The Mask of Zorro at the movie theater. Surprisingly, still same Crime Alley. So yeah, but there's this third one that's the most confusing, that's the most differentiated, if that's a word. But I think I just said that wrong. I think differentiated is a word. But it's most different from any other, which is it's in this different multiverse or universe or whatever, and it's really weird. I'll actually have you click on at the end of the video, I'll have you click on the screen to show you what I'm talking about. But in this version, instead of his parents getting shot, Bruce himself gets shot, and I haven't heard the full story, but what happens is Bruce gets shot, and then Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne's dad, starts like punching and very, very brutally hurting Joe Chill himself. But then once he was out cold, what happened was Martha Wayne was with Bruce Wayne the entire time. And the weirdest part was that she looked up, and then there was this giant smile on her face. A Joker smile. Not just like a normal smile, but a Joker smile on her face. And she was there was like blood on her face and everything, and it's just so weird because it's only that clip. I don't know what happens next, but I wish I knew. But I think Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. My guess, don't take my word for it. Now let's dive into the Robins. First up came Dick Grayson, and before he was Robin, that's my brother. He's like 6 months. But so what happened with Dick Grayson is he was in the circus, and his parents unfortunately died because of this man who somehow rigged the trapeze. And then the mom died, the dad died, and then Bruce Wayne went to Dick, and he understands how it feels to have your parents dead because he doesn't have living parents. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then he became Robin. But after lots of training, and then after some anger and fights and stuff, what happened was Robin quit and became Nightwing because he didn't want to have all those moves and stuff go to waste. So he decided to become this new superhero himself under the name of Nightwing. That brings us to Jason Todd. Honestly, I don't know how Batman I don't know how Batman found Jason Todd, but he did. I don't know if it was Jason Todd or Tim Drake, but he found one of them, fixed up the Batmobile, and then I guess he just abducted him. So in a way, Batman's a kidnapper. But honestly, I'm pretty sure it wasn't like that. I don't know the story. But what happens to Jason Todd is he's fighting. He's a pretty good Robin. Except he's not that Robin like Dick Grayson was. Batman knew that Dick Grayson wouldn't kill anyone, but soon Batman realized that Jason Todd, he was a little different. He was a little bit more murderous, except he didn't really kill anyone. He just hurt them much, much worse than Batman would have. But so what basically happened in the movie is that they were interrogating a guy, and when he was in the teens, they were interrogating a guy, and then I guess he just like shattered his collarbone. Tim Drake, Jason Todd shattered the guy's collarbone, and then he was in bat trouble. Bat. Get it? Bad. Bat. Get it? So then what happens later is he's fighting, and then Joker takes him. He locks him up in a warehouse, ties him up, and then hits him repeatedly with a crowbar, and until he's like beaten to a pulp. And he puts explosives in the room, and then he blows up, and then Batman's there going, but he's too late because he's already dead. And then Ra's al Ghul kind of revives him using the Lazarus Pit. And then what happens after that, he's not mad. He's not mad about his death. He's not as much angry as about the Joker thing, but he's more angry at Batman for not avenging his death. He wanted Batman to kill Joker for what he did. And so then he turned into the Red Hood. And that brings us up to Tim Drake, who I know I said a couple times when I was trying to say Jason Todd, but there's so many Robins. There's like 3 more I have to do. But so then there's Tim Drake, who Batman I think also kind of just kidnaps. But what happens is he turns into a Robin. He's pretty much a good Robin, and usually the story ends there. But Tim Drake's gonna be a short one because there's not much. He was just pretty much kind of just like Dick Grayson, and he was a pretty good normal Robin. But then he soon leveled up to the Red Robin, and that brings us to Damian. With Damian, it's kind of gonna get a little longer because there's like a movie. Did you guys hear about the second movie that's coming up with this Damian? Have you guys seen The Son of Batman? Well, they're making a sequel. It's called Batman vs. Robin. The main villain is the Court of the Owls, but I guess Batman and Robin fight each other. That's what it says in the trailer, and it looks really interesting. But what happened with Damian is that's his actual biological child with Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter. But he was trained by the League of Assassins, ran by Ra's al Ghul himself. But then Destro killed him, and then he went off for vengeance and stuff. And then Talia brought him to Batman because it wasn't very safe for Damian then. And then Batman turns him into he turns him into the Robin and stuff. And then he tries doing the right thing, but he just ends up like using the moves that he was taught in the League of Assassins, which is like using swords and like cutting limbs off and stuff like that, and it's really, really, really bad. Another version is, I actually have the comic book for this one, what happens is he goes crazy. When he first goes in the Batcave, he's like angry at everyone and stuff. He's all angry, and then he doesn't say very good language. And then what happens was Batman had to take down this crime boss. But Damian did that for him, except he didn't do it in the way that he should have. He cut the guy's head off and stuck a grenade in it. And then at the end he was fighting Robin. I don't know which one, but the fight didn't end very good. Damian was hanging off that dinosaur Batman has in the Batcave, and he was like, oh! And then Robin came, helped him up, and then Damian was like, this is what makes you vulnerable. And he took these knuckle dusters, punched him off the dinosaur, and he landed on the little glass showcase thing of the Batman suits, and then he's like basically dead, sort of. That's where the comic ended for me. So yeah, but then Damian wears a Batman costume and goes fighting crime, and then Batman's all like angry and stuff. He's like, where's Robin? Where's Robin? And that brings us up to the next person who isn't really a Robin, but I'm going to mention him anyway. Most of you probably know this, but it's Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. He isn't Robin, he's actually Batman, which Dick Grayson used to be when Bruce Wayne died and stuff. But now on. So what happened was Bruce is too old to be Batman, and then Terry steals a suit, does some justice. Bruce is like, "Oh, Terry, you're so good. Let me hire you." And then instead of Flares, but and then what happens is he basically becomes Batman, but he's also in a way his son, because actually, if you guys have seen Batman Beyond, then you know that he has this little brother. Wouldn't that also be his son? Because if you saw Justice League Unlimited or the other Justice League, it shows that Terry's dad was thought he was giving this flu shot, but they actually extracted his DNA. And I mean, they actually put in Bruce Wayne's DNA in him. So in a way, Terry's his son and stuff. And comment down below, how long do you expect Terry to be working for Bruce? Because I mean, when he was with Bruce in the series, he was like 16. And then Justice League Unlimited, he's like so much older now. He looks like he's 30. He's all like big and stuff. See this Arkham Knight? It's for the new Arkham game. I'm really excited for that, though. It's just that it's not for Xbox, which is kind of sad. And that's all for today, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And rate means give it a thumbs up, because thumbs down is like totally different. It's giving it a thumbs down, but don't do that. Don't do that. So click on my face to go to the Hilarious homepage. Click right here to see that clip of Martha with a giant smile on her face, and then the alternate universe thing where Bruce Wayne's dead and not his parents. And then click right here to see the previous video. So goodbye and good riddance. I'm kidding, you guys are my favorite.